Hi, I'm Poultry Pete, and today we're going to learn how to make a simple and easy waterer and feeder. To start off with, you're going to need the following items. A couple of apple juice containers or something similar, preferably clear so you can see the levels. A 2-litre ice cream container, maybe 2 of them. A Stanley knife, scissors, and a permanent marker. So first of all, what you do is you get your little apple juice container, you make sure that lid is on really nice and firm, and you get your pair of scissors, and you'll notice there's a bit of a line already on the bottle. You get your scissors and you just make a little hole just up from the bottom. And this is going to be your waterer. Next thing you do is you need the base. Now, it's no good just popping it on like that because the chicks are not going to be able to get in there. So what you need to do is you need to cut it down to a particular level, and that level needs to be just above the hole so that the whole thing doesn't leak away. So off you go, get your scissors, probably get the fine line marker to show where you need to be cutting down to, and that's going to be above the level of the hole. So around about here. All right, and away you go. So cut out the base like so. Now remember, it's got to be not too high because the chicks have got to be able to reach into it, but not too low so that it's below the hole and therefore leaking. You don't want that. So here we go. So what we do is we cut it out. We check that the hole is below the top of the base. We put our finger over the hole, we fill it up under the tap, now it's full of water, you pop it on the base, and the water will come out, but it will stop just below the level of the base. You watch that for a bit, and you'll notice at a certain point, so long as the whole thing's level, there we are. It'll stop. Now, probably a really good idea to make sure that there's not too much surface area for the water so the chick can just get their beak in there, and there you have your waterer. Now, often water will go a little bit green with a little bit of algae, so I recommend putting a little bit of apple cider vinegar, no more than 1 or 2% apple cider vinegar in there, and that will have a twofold benefit. One, it will be good for the chick's digestion, but also it will prevent that algal buildup that you often get in a solution of water that's sitting still, particularly in the light. So there you have it. There's our waterer. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the content. Now, hey, if you're really new to all things chicken and you've got all these questions that you just need answered, why don't you jump onto my school channel below, and you'll be able to find out so much more that hopefully will be helpful to you. Also, coming up very soon, we're going to be forming a whole course of modules of every step of the journey of how to navigate your way with chickens. I'm Poultry Pete. Click down below. Next step is something. It's very similar to do the feeder, except this time, instead of putting a hole in the base, you're going to create a much larger hole on the base. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be functional. Stanley knife also is good to do the same thing. So there you have a much larger gap. And the second thing is you don't need to have the lid on for the feeder. Fill up the feeder with either a funnel or fill it up through the hole, and then carefully place it on your base like so. And there you have a supply of feed that gradually comes out into the base for the chicks. So there you go, 2 very simple solutions for coming up quickly with a homemade waterer and feeder. I'm Poultry Pete. Subscribe to my channel.